everybody, and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and we're finally back at Six Flags Magic Mountain at the most deserted day I've ever seen. Let's go have a lot of fun. So yeah, I actually mean that when I talked about it in the intro. There is no one here. We are actually, everybody's pretty much in the preferred parking lot. There's nobody past the preferred parking lot, which is just insane to me. This is the most empty I've ever seen the park. It is a Tuesday in the end of October, so no Fright Fest tonight, but man, we saw trains with 3 people on Twisted Colossus going around. It's gonna be an amazing day. Let's go ride some rides. So as we've made it to the front entrance after a little bit of a walk from the lot, thankfully not a long walk at all considering where we parked, I just wanted to mention during specific days, you will need either a vaccination card with you or a negative COVID test. And they actually offer COVID testing at the park, at the front gate, which is really, really cool. I love the fact that they give you a rapid test. You just have to stand here for like 15, 20 minutes, make sure you're negative before you can go in. Now, of course, that's on certain days. Today, Tuesday, in the middle of, October, that's not one of the days that is listed, at least on the website. I'll link the website below, of course, but mostly weekdays are the days you don't need to worry about that. But weekends, on the other hand, make sure you either have a negative COVID test ready, a vaccination card with you, or at least proof of vaccination. And heck, if you need to get tested here, it looks like you can, which is really cool. So we just stepped into the Six Flags Emporium right behind me, where we do still have to wear a mask, at least indoors on these specific days. But I wanted to mention, there are some new Coaster Dynamics models in the shop, and specifically Twisted Colossus. It is so cool to see this in Coaster Dynamics form. Finally, I think I'll be picking up one of these at the end of my visit today. And of course, there's some awesome wooden models too. It surprised me how massive they are. They are really big. I wanted a whole train. I can't get a whole train, it's too big. But I will remind you, the days that you need to show your vaccination status or a negative COVID test, you will wear a mask all day, everywhere in the park. So do keep that in mind. So we actually just picked up some skip the lines with our passes, of course, our memberships technically, but we're gonna use those for Tatsu a little later on. But I wanted to let you know that they're actually timed now, kind of like the old Disneyland Fast Passes. So you have a time, like a 1-hour slot, to make sure you can go ride that specific ride. So as you can see, we're riding from 1 to 2, which is in about a half hour, and man, it's windy. So I did previously mention Fright Fest, which is going on for 1 more weekend, so make sure you come in. It's a really fun event. I'm sad I have not been able to make it out this year. And I don't think I'm gonna have the time available this weekend, which really breaks my heart because I really enjoy this super haunted event. But yeah, make sure to come out. It's a lot of fun. Now, something we have not seen yet this year, at least in our visits to the park, Tatsu is officially open and does not have that long of a wait. But I did mention earlier, we did get some skip the lines with our memberships. So we will be skipping that literally like 10-minute wait on Tatsu. So that's always fun when you're skipping a 10-minute wait. It is a fantastic day to be at the park. I mean, look, literally no one in front of us, except for, the 2 people over there, but it's okay. There's no one here. Speaking of Fright Fest though, they have this brand new scare zone called the Dead Zone. It's a lot of fun in here. I've seen some cool videos, like they use the cans to hide behind and whatnot and bang on. It's a lot of fun. I'd love to see this fully interactive during Fright Fest, but we're in the underground, so you know what that means. We're riding West Coast Racers. Let's go have a thrilling good time. West Coast Racers, though, is still not running the indoor queue, at least right now. So the line does stretch out past the outdoor switchbacks a little bit. So it's about 20 minutes, which is not a bad wait at all. Something that caught my eye, though, is next to Twin Charge Tacos, it looks like they have a new mobile pickup spot. That is so cool. I remember being here last visit, eating like a Choco Taco on this corner, but now they have new pickup windows for food. tacos. And these tacos are really good, I gotta say. Well, I think this is probably become tradition at this point. We're riding Apocalypse first after looking at West Coast Racers line and being like, we'll come back to it later. So, Apocalypse the ride. Let's go have some fun. Now that we've entered indoors of the Apocalypse Cube, mask is back on. Let's have some fun. Now, something that I haven't ridden in a very long time due to very long waits is CraZanity, but it's looking like a one cycle wait at the moment, so let's go have a crazy and insane time. Just finished our ride on CraZanity. What a fun time. It's been too long since I've ridden this awesome ride. Got some great views of the Wonder Woman construction site as well as the rest of the park nearly upside down. Ah, man, going 70 miles an hour like that over and over again, so much fun. Alrighty, it's that time to take on Tatsu. I do want to point out a little later on some paint that has been spotted on some of the supports, which I'm pretty excited to see. But for now, let's fly at the speed of fear. Wow, it has been a while since I've been on Tatsu. That was brilliant. It still reigns supreme in terms of flying coasters. So much fun. And man, oh man, did those skip the lines with our memberships really come in handy. We only waited 10 minutes with there being one train in operation, where otherwise we probably would have waited a little over a half hour. But man, I miss Tatsu so much. One of the most intense, but yet calming rides I've ever been on. Make sure to check out my review on it right here. Well, Viper looks like we can sit wherever the heck we want. So, let's do that. I love this classic aero looper. It is so much fun, although it's very intense and a little bit bumpy. Next up for us is the mighty Goliath. I am so excited to check out this awesome hypercoaster yet again. We've ridden Goliath near the front row, which was blissful and forceful. Let's ride Twisted Colossus. Maybe we'll get a duel. They're running 2 trains today. We've seen a couple perfect duels, including one on Goliath itself. It almost felt like we were part of that duel because we were dropping right as they were too. It was just a cool experience all around, and I highly recommend trying to get that to happen if you can. It's really just luck. Next up is Full Throttle, and we actually have some skip the lines for that because all of us have some nice memberships that allow for skip the lines, which is just the best thing ever. So man, oh man, both Twisted Colossus and Full Throttle running fantastically today. Rode back row on Twisted Colossus if I didn't mention it before, and rode front car on Full Throttle. So got a nice little pop of air time going up on top of that loop, which was a heck of a lot of fun, and also got some amazing hang time through the loop and the dive loop. Now we're gonna head to the other premiere in the park though, West Coast Racers. We're finally riding it. Kind of chilly days in the week. There just makes for such a fun experience. And I know I've been saying fun a lot, but that's really what I feel the most when I come to this park. Fun! And now, we're actually gonna hop on the Helpful Honda Express because it seems to be open, which is awesome. So we can skip a little bit of that walk to get to West Coast Racers.
When indoors. While visiting on top of the hill at Samurai Summit, be sure to ride 3 of our most popular roller coasters. Ninja, the first suspended roller coaster on the West Coast. Superman, Escape from Krypton, where you can blast forward or backward at 100 miles per hour. And Tatsu, the longest, highest, and fastest flying coaster. Also, on the way up the hill, you'll see the new Revolution.
So I gotta say, the Helpful Honda Express was quite helpful in helping our legs not get too tired. So now, as we walk by Tatsu, I wanted to point something out real quick. It looks like Tatsu might have a fresh coat of paint coming soon. It looks like they're testing it out a little bit. It is a green. Very interesting to see. I don't know if I like it quite yet. I'll have to see all the supports done in that color before I would be like, oh, okay. But very interested to see if they're gonna go all the way and paint the whole thing. And of course, as my buddy Cliff from Analog Thrills just said, it was a very groovy Express.
The grooviest Honda Express I've ever been on. I was dancing the entire time.
You were.
He has a great video footage of me doing it.
Yeah, yeah. It really has been a fantastic day, though. I would definitely recommend weekdays in the off season, which realistically means like September to maybe even April. It is brilliant. Or, I mean, obviously there are times in between then with like spring break and winter break where that's not exactly the best idea if you want an empty park. But man, this is a great time to come to the park. But yes, we've made it back to the underground. Let's ride West Coast Racers. Let's have a dueling good time. Although we didn't get a duel on Twisted Colossus, we'll definitely get a duel on this beauty. I absolutely adore this coaster, and I'm so glad I was able to cover it for so long and now be able to ride it whenever I want. And also, I really love this set piece for the area. I think this is really cool for Fright Fest.
As you exit the train, please remember to pick up any items you placed in the loose envelope.
West Coast Racers, as usual, was amazing. I don't know what it is about this ride. Maybe it's just the dueling aspect of it, but I adore it. It's just so much fun to be racing against other people. I think it just adds such an amazing element to it. And the rest of the ride's not half bad too. I mean, it literally is one of the best coasters at the park, at least in my opinion. But if you've seen my review, you know that. Now it's time. We're gonna ride Apocalypse the Ride yet again, because there's no wait. Also, can I just say, golden hour is my favorite time of day at parks. Everything just looks so pretty, especially the coasters. Like, look at that. It's already beautiful, but with that sun in the right spot, it just enhances it to a new level. It's even more epic, you might say. Well, we just rode Apocalypse. It was just 3 of us and then 2 people behind us, so the train was pretty empty, a little bumpy. But now we're walking right back on West Coast Racers. So we were having a little bit of troubles with some light crowds and pretty lightweights, like 20 minutes throughout the day. Once it hit 5 o'clock, there's no waits for anything. So we've been able to do West Coast Racers twice and Apocalypse once, which I have not been able to do West Coast Racers more than once since opening, or reopening day, I guess I should say, earlier this year, which is fantastic to think about, especially when I mean, you get to ride West Coast Racers. It's just so awesome. Yeah, this is weird. This is very weird. It is deserted near close. Well, there's also no wait on CraZanity, so guess what? We're doing round 2 on this spinning pendulum ride of doom. I love it though. CraZanity was brilliant our second time around. Ended up getting in the right spot, I think, and had a fantastic time. But now we've got 2 minutes till park close, so now we're gonna walk over to Riddler's Revenge, get in line for that, for our final ride of the night. But since we're riding Riddler's Revenge, we have to go around this giant working area for Wonder Woman Flight of Courage. I have a full construction update already out on the channel, so if you want to check that out, make sure to do so. But let's get on the bona fide loudest ride at the park, Riddler's Revenge. I did want to mention though, Justice League looks gorgeous right now, but sadly it was closed all day. I was really hoping to get on it, but it's all good. We've got some amazing coasters to make up for it being closed. All right, never mind. We're not riding Riddler's Revenge. Apparently they turned the power off.
Right at 6.
Right at 6 o'clock, which we were almost to the station at that point. Very odd, not gonna lie. We were in line before 6, so the line was not officially closed yet. But yeah, they shut down the power for the ride before all the guests in line could get on the ride. Yeah, before the park closed, which is a little odd, at least in my mind. All right, as we're walking toward the exit, about to buy some goodies, by the way, I'm a little sad that the wind has prevented us from riding the forward side of Superman today. So sadly it did not open today because of the wind, which kind of figured once I got into the parking lot that would be the case. I'll just have to be back very soon to check it out for myself. Alrighty, we've made it to the Emporium. It's time to buy some goodies. So in the time it took to grab the goodies, it's now pitch black outside. You might be wondering what the heck I bought. Well, I'll show you in just a second. It is a lot though. Yeah, I ended up buying 4 nano coaster sets and an X2 wooden coaster model. Ended up with a couple Six Flags gift cards and was like, heck, why not use them? So definitely expect some videos on those in the future. So there you have it, another fantastic day at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I know we were kind of hectic, but we were just running around riding as many rides as we can because it was that empty, which is fantastic, especially if you're a guest. I love these types of days in the middle of the week, in fall especially. The temperature's just right, just chilly enough to rattle your bones a little bit, but it was just so much fun getting back here and being able to experience everything like this. I don't think I've had a park day like this at Magic Mountain since before 2020, which is saying a lot. I mean, it's very different compared to how it was when it first reopened in a lot of great ways, which I'm very excited about, and I can't wait to come back. I gotta get back on Superman, test out the forward-facing launches, of course, which that is definitely top priority, and I would love to get back on X2 and a couple other rides that we ended up missing throughout our day. But man, this was probably one of my favorite visits in a very long time. Just a lot of fun hanging out with some friends and riding some amazing rides over and over again. So with that, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you haven't, check all the links down in the description, including my awesome pin, which is selling out quite quick. So make sure to grab yours before they're gone. And of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.